What's good, everyone? This is your host, Tarad Rashan, and you are now tuned into Taradcast. For all of the brand new listeners out there who are listening to our show for the very first time, welcome. And for all of you returning listeners coming back for another weekly dose of Taradcast awesomeness, welcome back. Now at Taradcast, you can take everything we say with a grain of salt. We simply just want to add some flavor to your meal. So if we are doing that, then we are doing our job. Today's episode topic is one that features another special guest, and I am so excited to have him here because I want to talk about his particular journey when it comes to the music he's made and the music he's created. So without further ado, today's episode topic is You Know My Steez. This is Taradcast. Let's get it. Welcome back to Taradcast, y'all. Again, I'm your host, Tarad Rashan, and I am very, very excited about today's episode. And I can't wait to bring on this guest and talk about their journey and what they've been up to. But before we do that, as you already know, we've got to take care of our housekeeping details. If you would like to take our show with you on the go, just know that we are on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Audible, Amazon Music, Spreaker, Podchaser, Castbox, Podcast Addict, iHeartRadio, Deezer, and YouTube. You can also find Taradcast on Throne, which is a free live messaging application that allows us here at Taradcast to exclusively reach our listeners. Make sure to sign up if you'd like to keep the conversations going after the episode. If you're looking for natural oils for ultimate hydration and care for your hair and skin, hit up the Resilient Lotus at www.theresilientlotus.com. Use promo code Taradcast to receive a discount on your purchase. And if you are a lover of authentic chunky salsas and the most delicious birria tacos in Oklahoma City, make sure to reach out to Morenitas Salsitas at www.CRTN-T.com/Morenitas-Salsitas. And last but certainly not least, if you are in the market for an affordable graphic designer to create your next logo, flyer, album cover, or animated video, check out at Rose Graphism on Instagram. All this information, as always, will be in our episode notes. All right, y'all. So let me go ahead and take a moment to introduce this phenomenal young man right here. Our guest today hails all the way from Cincinnati, Ohio, by way of Tennessee. He's a recently retired rapper, music producer, man of many names and monikers, a newlywed, a father, and a supporter of this here podcast. I'd like to introduce you all to my friend, Phresh Kyd. Phresh Kyd, what's going on, man?
Yo, what's happening with it? How's it going?
Oh, man, I can't complain. Just living the dream and trying to dream with my eyes open. As a matter of fact, I can't keep doing this with my eyes closed, man. I gotta wake up.
Honestly.
I gotta wake up and go get it, like somebody once said.
Swear, wake up, go get it.
That's it.
Wake up, go get mine.
That's it, man. Look, I have been a fan of yours ever since I had the opportunity and the privilege of coming across you and your music. And with that being said, man, one of the things that I have grown to just smile about whenever I think about it is the many names of Phresh Kyd. Yeah, you laughing now. I took note. And so according to what I know, you've adopted quite a few aliases. And the ones that we know of are, I'm going to read all of them, are Lenny Steez, All of them.
Yeah.
Lenny Steez, Steezy Wonder, Lord Steezus, Lil Testarossa with the soda, Young Leonard from across the way, Ronnie Frostbite, Bobby Heatwave, Spark Diesel, Ice Picasso, Bo Jackson, Mansa Musa, Dilly Yanchez, TJ Breeze, KY Deezy, Terrence Copperfield, Kid Boo, Roger Roby, Dr. Stazinski, Phresh Kyd with the PH, Leo Beezy, your baby mama's favorite artist. I love that one. Broke Boy, Stax Man, Rich Dinner Bitch, Lil Sheesh, The Honorable Brother, Kizzy Freedom, Knight Rider, Nappy Headed Phenomenal, Mike Handler, Kid Smithers, Coach Butch Walton, Splash Gordon, Two Tone Tommy, and once again, deep breath, Freshly Snipes. So, with all of those names, my question is, why so many names?
What's funny is there's a lot more with it too.
Oh man.
Because there's Penn Wallace. There's also
He said Penn Wallace.
Did you say Big Jethro?
No, I didn't. I didn't get that one.
There's Big Jethro. There's Papa Steez, Father Tsunami. Goddamn, what else did I come up with since then? There's Wave Parker. There's goddamn that's Steezy Wonder.
Yeah. Bank Sinatra was another one.
There's Bank Sinatra. I don't know how I forgot about that. Bank Sinatra. Cashmere Woods with a $. Continental Casanova. Dewdrop Danny. Bel Air Biddy.
You said Dewdrop Danny. Okay. Bel Air Biddy. Yep. Okay.
Yep. Shit. What else? I'm trying to think of my playlist names because I named my playlist on Spotify after my. There's Droop DeVille, Coop the Chill. There's plenty more that I've written down, but yeah, those were I remember. But to answer your question on why there's so many, I don't know. It was just random. Well, first off, it was just because I just felt like doing it one time, and then after a while, I just like put like little meanings to it. Cause like with Phresh Kyd, you know, I had like a whole little Phresh Kyd world with the shit. So I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna make it all Phresh Kyd, be boring with it, you know. At that time when I was doing that, I was like getting into Odd Future and shit.
Right.
So listening to Tyler the Creator do that with him, you know, with Golf Wayne, Wolf Haley, all that shit, you know, he had different names for different stuff. So what I did was like when I did that, Terrence Copperfield was like my name when I'm a director for like videos and shit.
Okay.
Ronnie Frostbite, Bobby Heatwave, Spark Diesel. Even though Spark Diesel was like my name when I was DJing a little bit on TSU radio back when I was in college. Dumb 3, they're really made for this like little anime or comic book series I had a thought of doing type shit. Cause that's one thing me and my homeboy Don Shell we was gonna do whenever we get big. One of our main things is to have our own anime show. So shit, Pastel Benjamin, that's another name I forgot. That's one of my favorites. Pastel Benjamin. Clarence Withers III, that's another one. Goddamn Jupiter Sling. You know, it's just different names for different feelings. And like I said, I named my playlist on Spotify dealing with them names. Cashmere Woods is the name for my Dirty South, like early 2000 or pre-2005 Dirty South shit. Droop DeVille is my trunk banging, like my Houston hard hitting slab music, trunk banging shit.
Okay.
Coop the Chill is like my cruising through the city. Those type of cruising type vibes. Penn Wallace, those are the songs that's like super lyrical. Shit, Continental Casanova, the pimp cuts like pimp juice. You know, a lot of Larry June stuff in there, Primo Rice type shit. Two Tone Tommy, that's the type of name that deals with, you know, Two-Tone Tommy sounds like the name of somebody out there that's trying to get the money.
Right.
So when I play my Two-Tone Tommy playlist, those are all songs about trying to get the money. And then Bank Sinatra is all the songs like, hey, we got the money, let's celebrate type shit. Leonard, young Leonard from across the way, that's like since my middle name is Leonard, I just
fun fact.
made it sound right. Fun fact. I just made it be Leonard, and that Leonard being my middle name, that's where Lenny Steez come from, and Leo Beezy, because Leo Beezy was just something I just came up with when I was in 10th grade, and then Lenny Steez came about when I first started with the Steez shit back in 12th grade. But Leonard from across the way, no, I'm not the type that was like street or hood, nothing like that. But I had a lot of friends that put me up on game on a lot of stuff. I didn't put myself in those type of situations, but I would see it. So it's like Leonard from across the way. That's the one that see the stuff that's going on, understand the stuff that's going on, but I'm not part of it. And it's not that I don't want to be part of it. I wouldn't glorify it or nothing like that. But it's the moniker that let you know that I know what's going on. I know how to move, maneuver, do all this shit, but you ain't gonna see me in the shit. Or if I was in the shit, you wouldn't know.
Right.
So that's Leonard from across the way. Pastel Benjamin, that's the funk. Pastel Benjamin, Jupiter Sling, that's my funk persona. Also got Cincinnati Slim for that, my pimp persona as well. But,
look, you gotta have a name of a city if you're gonna adopt a name like that. Like it's got.
and then with Cincinnati Slim, because that's like a homegrown thing. That's like my underground music playlist as well. So if you're in my Cincinnati Slim playlist, that means I mess with your music on like a underground level. Like you're one of the underground artists that's not popping yet that I mess with. So yeah, that's where Cincinnati Slim come from. Goddamn. Dewdrop Danny, I really just came up with that because I just needed to make another name for all my female rap playlists, or the female rap playlist that I got.
Okay.
And Dewdrop Danny just sounded like something for the females type shit.
Wow.
Father Tsunami is sex songs.
I see. Look, okay. Yeah. All right. I see the imagery in that.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
So it's like each name, they have their own little meanings within my little world, and like some of them just came just because at that point in time, it just brings me back to that point in time. Like for example, Big Jethro. Mm-hmm. My homeboy Tay, 2 Times You Dig, and L.A. Dante and Don Shell. We all came up with slave names for ourselves because we was working the graveyard shift at UPS, and it felt like slavery to us. So Big Jethro was that name.
Wow. It's look. I don't see it being anything wrong with you have a group of coworkers that become friends. It's like, you know what, we need to do something together that's going to make this shift worth it and make it actually pass. Yeah. And so the fact that y'all gave each other names is hilarious.
Yeah, and it was like we did music together too, so it made it better. Like I was the one that ended up, just because I was the one that drove. I was the only one with a car for real. Mm-hmm. I was the one that had to wake up a little bit earlier just to go pick them up, go to UPS at like 10 p.m. Because I worked in unloading. I was done a little bit earlier, so I'd just be sitting in my car for like an hour, like at 2 a.m. Send my car to like 3 a.m. when they get off their shift with loading the trucks, and just head on home and do it all again the next day.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow. I mean, I'm visualizing all of that and just thinking about what that looked like, each day, each shift. Because I know UPS, man. Look. I love UPS.
And it was summertime too.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
High summer nights in Tennessee. It was not nothing to play with, bro.
Not look. It sounds like it. I mean, if it brought y'all to the point of giving each other names just to get through bearing the weight of that entire shift, man, each day. You gotta do something.
And we only stayed at that job for 3 weeks too.
Look, but that was enough time for y'all to go ahead and come together and be like, look, we just need to go ahead and do something that's going to at least make us feel good about what we're doing.
Right. Exactly.
Man,
exactly.
I hear you on that. And also I wanted to say, because one of the things I also appreciate is the fact that a lot of these names that you had given, they have backstory. They have, things that are associated with them that give them uniqueness. And I know right now, if we were to go through probably all of the names that we read off earlier, we'd probably be on here for at least a good 3 hours or so. And my iPad
Honestly.
ain't got that much battery power. So, one thing that I did want to touch on though, because, you were talking about music, and of course, all these names are also associated with music and the various feelings and things that you have towards music, and they serve their own specific purpose. And so being that you've been in Tennessee for a while, where I've learned that rappers like 8 Ball and MJG, Yo Gotti, Juicy J, Project Pat, these artists call Tennessee their home state. And so what I wanted to know is, have any of these artists specifically influenced you in your journey? And are there other local and international artists who have played a role into your rap style?
Yeah, so when I started rapping, even though I'm back in Cincinnati right now, but Tennessee and Nashville hold so much dearly to my heart.
Yeah.
Just because I went down, I knew from the jump that I was going to go to the South at some point. Because when I started rapping, even though he's going through some shit right now, T.I. is the reason why I started rapping. And even though it's super disappointing to hear what he's going through right now, I for sure do not support any of that type shit. I will cut him off no matter what, if those allegations are true. But that's a topic for another discussion. Right. I started rapping because of T.I. and because of Southern music, like Manny Phresh, Lil Wayne, 3 6 Mafia, all them. So when I really started diving deep into my artistry, Big Crit was a major influence. Still holding on to Street. Yeah, shout out to Big Crit, most underrated in the game.
Truly.
Yeah, Big Crit was truly a major influence. UGK, Pimp C, Bun B, all them major influences. Project Pat and 3 6 Mafia. Loved a lot of shit that they was making at the time. Poppin' My Collar is still one of my favorite songs of all time. Ludacris. Ludacris was definitely a major influence on my style when I started out as well. And then when I moved down to Nashville, just being around, even though that's not super Southern, it's still Southern. Right. And being at TSU, there's a lot of people from Memphis that will go to TSU. So a lot of my friends are natives from Memphis, and just listening to the music that they have from there, it put me on to like a lot of, underground cuts from Memphis. Like, I just forgot the name that quickly. But either way, it was being in the South and being indulged in it. It was like a dream come true. Like, damn, I'm really where I need to be. And like Nashville helped me grow into my artistry even more, because I'm around people that's truly within the soundscape that I'm trying to create and everything. So yeah, it's Nashville. Love Nashville. My crew, my manager, or my person that I look at as a manager, Wes, Passion Music Branch. That's my crew. Yeah. PMB. Yeah. Man, PMB forever. Even other acts in the city like B. Howard, Lil Bree, Brown. There's so many people to name. But those are the only ones I can think of off the top of my head right now. There's so much talent in Nashville. It should not be overlooked, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
There's going to be so many people buzzing out of Nashville at some point soon. It's just a matter of time, honestly.
Yeah. And one thing that I want to also say, man, because I know you and I both knew him, man. Long live Luca Ferrari, bro.
Man, always.
Man,
always.
I had the opportunity, because I know he was also from there too, and I had the opportunity to interact with him on a few occasions, and he was an awesome dude. And I'm honestly, and not too many people know that when it came to even the song that we all did, he was one of the first people to reach out to me and be like, bro, I really want you on this song. I'm gonna send you this beat. It's a work in progress. Right now. I ain't got shit.
That was Luca.
Yeah.
That was Luca.
And I was like, I don't care.
That was like the way we first met too, because I was just riding with Austin one time.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Austin Wise.
He said, for sure, always shout out to Austin Wise. That's for sure one of my brothers. But he was like, yo, I got this homeboy Luca. Love for y'all to meet each other. Me and Luca met. We kicked it off instantly. And he was just such a genuine energy to be around. At that point in time when I met him, it was like a super low point in my life and shit. Always scrounging to get some money or whatever.
Yeah.
He would help me out with that by purchasing beats or whatever. Or even just sliding me some money just to make it for whatever time or whatever.
Yeah.
Give me rides to work if I needed it. When I got that call from Austin, it really kind of messed me up a bit, to the point where I still have not even listened to anything that he's been on because of it.
Yeah. Honestly, man, me either.
Yeah.
I can't bring myself to do it. I remember, I was in my house when I got the news, and I cried, man. I'm just like, I know I haven't even met him in person, but I can feel his spirit. You know what I mean? And it was one of those things where I was just like, it broke me. I remember my wife, my brother-in-law, my daughter in the office, and I was just in the corner, just like, I couldn't help it, because I'm just like, it's like these are the things you never really want to think about, but at the same time, it's like knowing that for him, even his music even right now is still here. Right. Like we still have the opportunity to just have him, even though he's not physically there. So
it was like last time I saw him was that Gucci 09 video. And I still ain't never watched it ever since then.
Yeah. Nah, I feel you, man. Long live Blakeman, aka Luca Ferrari. Forever be missed, bro.
Man, long live.
Look, you played a role in our stories, man. Look, you were the first time I actually, like, because of him, it was like the first time I actually collaborated with an artist outside of my city. Like,
really?
Yeah, because of him, because of y'all. It was the first time I ever collaborated with an artist outside of Oklahoma City. And so for me, that holds like a very special like designation in my heart. And you know what? I might end this episode by playing that song. I might do that, because I want to also, look, we all on it.
Right, we are all on it.
That's it, man. Well, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and take our very first commercial break. And then when we come back, we're going to have more conversation and more dialogue with Phresh Kyd. So y'all stay tuned. Get your water, your wine, your soda, your fruit juice, keep it close by, because this is going to continue being an awesome conversation. Take a sip and we will be right back. This is Taradcast. Yo, what's good, everyone? This is your host of Taradcast, Tarad Rashan, and I just want to welcome you to the commercial break. Now, you already know what time it is. It's hydration time. Get some high-quality H2O in your system now. Got a few things I'd like to go over. First, to all of our new and returning listeners, thank you so much for your ear and your time. To all of our Patreon supporters, I just want you to know that we are not able to do this without your direct support. So the biggest, dopest Taradcast thank you goes out to you. If you're listening in and you're thinking about becoming part of the Taradcast Patreon family, we'd love to have you. You can find us at www.patreon.com/Taradcast. Now on Patreon, we have 3 tiers of support. A $2 tier, a $3 tier, and lastly, a $6 tier. Each tier comes with its own set of unique perks. So if you find one that fits you, sign up. For us, the main thing is keeping our subscription prices affordable. We know that you work hard for your money, and if you choose to support Taradcast this way, we truly want to make it worth your time. To find out more about our Patreon and the perks with each tier, visit www.patreon.com/Taradcast. We've got it all laid out for you. Also, we've got a merchandise store. Pick up some tees, hoodies, leggings, and more at forevercertain.redbubble.com. All proceeds go right back into the Taradcast podcast and allow us to keep making high quality content for people just like you. For our listeners out there who would like to support us in a non-monetary way, we'd love that too. Share our show with people you know. Also, share us on your social media. And if your favorite Taradcast streaming service allows you to rate and review our show and you're loving what you're hearing, take some time and leave us a 5-star review. Ratings and reviews are what set us apart from other podcasts and also helps us to recommend our podcast to other listeners we otherwise wouldn't have the opportunity to reach. Lastly, if you'd like to reach out to us directly, email us at taradcast@CRTN-T.com. That's taradcast@CRTN-T.com. All of this information can always be found in our episode notes, so make sure to check there if you forget any of the information we just went over. Once again, thank you all so much, and let's get back to the program. Welcome back to Taradcast, y'all. Again, this is your host, Tarad Rashan, and we are being joined today by Phresh Kyd, and the topic is, you know my Steez. I'm actually wearing one of his hoodies right now with the Steez logo and moniker on it. And I have to say, man, this is probably one of the most comfortable hoodies I've ever purchased. And so thank you for putting so much quality and care behind your merchandise, man. That truly does mean a lot.
No problem.
Man, like if
no problem.
And what I'm gonna
my thing is well, my thing is like one of my things that I've always that I started doing when I got to college and started really buying clothes for myself was I told myself I'm gonna always try to support the underground. Yeah. So I would buy all these underground clothing companies, see which ones I like the most. And, some of them wonderful quality, some of them was like, all right, could have been better, but I support the little guy, I support the underground. The only time I really shop department stores is for jeans or pants, quote unquote, and dress up stuff. I see. Or whatever. I see. But when it comes to basic everyday wear, I'm wearing something that I found on Instagram, Twitter, or one of my homeboys' brand. Right. So when I wanted to start mine, the Steez collection, the Steez collection is actually the 4th clothing company idea that I had, and I'm glad that it came out like this because now I know what I want in a clothing company from going through all the other stuff, right? With the other ones, and I'm glad I got a vendor, one of my homeboys from college named Bambada. He runs Young Kings Clothing, but he also works with other underground clothing companies to help them get their start. And I just started working with him because I be making some of his designs. And, it's all love with him because, a lot of his clothes are being worn by people in the NBA, people in the NFL, Kodak Black and another rapper by the name of Rollo got jackets that's made by him. And just because my design, the designs that I made for him are on those pieces is man, that's cool ass shit to like really think about.
Yeah, but man.
He always helped me out, always pushed me to like, hey, this is what you need to do. Gave me the pointers, gave me the rundown on what I should do as a clothing brand, and I'm glad that he got the quality that he got for these hoodies and everything, because that's what everybody says. These hoodies are super comfortable. Yeah, that's the main thing. The quality, the stitching, like the stitching. Goddamn, yeah. I always talk about the stitching in this because, like, I'm looking at my pal on my table right now. It's like, bro, this is some quality stitching. I got a good price, and if y'all don't invest in this brand, you're not investing in good hoodie wear in your closet.
Well, with that being said, man, I'm going to make sure we also drop the link to your store in our show notes. So that way, for people who would like to invest and people who would like to have some good quality stitching within one of the most comfortable hoodies I've ever put on my body, we're gonna make sure we have your link in there, so hopefully we can drive some sales to you, man, because again, I'm glad that I bought this hoodie, and I'm glad that you even put the pre-orders out there, because it also built that anticipation and excitement. And I don't know, for me, when I finally checked the mail and saw that my hoodie was there, it made my whole day, man. It did. Man,
so I appreciate that.
Yeah.
What's crazy is I hate doing pre-orders because even though I love the anticipation, the anxiety of having to wait and having to make people wait for this, right, and really not know when it's going to come in.
Mm-hmm.
That's what really be messing me up, and I be like, even though people be like, it's all cool, I appreciate it. It's like, when I say I appreciate the patience that everybody displayed, I really appreciate that patience, because, man, every day just not just seeing that or just getting the word from BAM that, hey, they still working on it. They say it should be done by end of next week. We'll see. It was like, goddamn, more waiting. But when I got the pack, it's like, God, hell yeah.
There it is. So, man, with that being said, man, I wanted to also go into just bits and pieces of what you've been doing music wise. And so I know that you released your final independent project called From Me to Me this year, which was a dope project, if I do say so myself. And also, no, you're welcome. And also, you announced your retirement from rapping, but you've got another project in the works. So walk me through what led up to that decision to retire from rapping, and what are the new projects that you've got going on? What are those about?
So, From Me to Me, that ended up being my last project, mm-hmm, because actually, From Me to Me was like a project that took like 3 years to make, because I had the idea to drop it. Well, I had the idea to like do that type of album back in 2015 or 2014. No, 2015, after I listened to Pimp a Butterfly. Mm-hmm. So I was like, damn, that's a wonderful album, and I want to piece together an album like in that type of way.
Right.
So after just listening to different albums, and also listening to Big Crit, Forever is a Mighty Long Time, that also helped out with the conception of how to like really piece together an album. Mm-hmm. I was just thinking, like, it took me 3 years because I had to go through like a lot of life stuff first, before I could put them down onto the paper. Mm-hmm. So that's why I said From Me to Me is literally my 24-year-old self talking to my 18-year-old self, because a lot of those thoughts that a lot of those stuff I'm talking about in the tape is like a lot of questions that I had as I was growing up, or growing through college, trying to like live out on my own, leaving the nest of my parents,
right,
and trying to be my own person. So it's like, that's why I say From Me to Me has like a double meaning, because I'm going from this version of me to this version of me, but also this version of me is writing a letter to this version of me. So that's why it's like From Me to Me. And the original plan with it was to have a video come out every month for a song on the tape this year of 2020. But with the pandemic coming in and, you know, my money not being as coming in as it should, because I wasn't able to like work as hard as I could do, right? Or you know, do a lot more stuff that I wanted to do that, you know, you don't need a pandemic happening to do. I had to, like, you know what, I'm just gonna take a break from rapping. From Me to Me is a good little send-off piece for Phresh Kyd for right now. Right. And I'm gonna just focus on making beats because, you know, I like rapping, love rapping. I love the artistry of it, but I just gotta take some time to like really figure out what do I really want to say. Yeah. How do I really want to portray myself? And then coming to other tapes, it did good, Phresh. I'm at a point right now where I'm just gonna change my name. Right. So like Phresh Kyd came about when I was 14, 15. Okay. Yeah, like I want to say it was the third rap name that I came up with. First it was Jizzle. And then when I figured out what Jizz meant, it was like, yeah, all right, no, not associating with that because it was eighth grade, and I'm like, all right, my friends ain't gonna get past that, right? So I went with because I'm a junior, being TJ, I was like, you know what, I don't want to have TJ, so I just don't have J Real. Okay. I don't know why. It didn't sound. After a while, it just didn't sound good. Like I probably did like one song, like wrote one song, and it's J Real. It's like, no, fuck that. Yeah, so,
I think we've all had moments like that. I know I had some. I used to call myself Lil Mac T. Yeah, that didn't stick too long. So I went ahead and let that go. But go ahead, man.
So it was like after a month of being J Real, I was like, you know what? I need a new rap name. Let me come up with Phresh Kyd. And you know what? I come up with Phresh Kyd. I'm like, you know what? Let me misspell it. Let me put Phresh-Kyd. Yeah. And you know, I just kept along with it. You know, had my little tag. It's your boy Phresh, and that's why the it's your boy Phresh come from, because that's what I used to say all the time before I rapped when I first started. And then it wasn't until I was 18 when I dropped Please Excuse My Steez, which is essentially my first album. When I dropped Please Excuse My Steez, that's when I came up with the meaning behind Phresh Kyd. Okay. So the first meaning behind Phresh Kyd is, you know, you hear the name Phresh Kyd, you hear the name Phresh Kyd, you know, you think it's something regular, but if you look into the way it's spelled, it's something different, something that you wouldn't believe, or not believe, but something that you wouldn't, you know, see as ordinary. Right. That's how me being a rapper is. You hear I'm a rapper, you get this automatic assumption or automatic thought on this is how this person, this is how this guy sounds as a rapper. When you actually look into my music, it's something that you probably wouldn't expect coming from me. So that's how Phresh Kyd matched with. That's the meaning that I gave behind Phresh Kyd when I was 18. But then as I got older and started living out more, the more deeper meaning behind Phresh Kyd is, you know, I still kept that original 18-year-old meaning, but the newer in-depth meaning is Kyd is more so. Phresh Kyd is more like a first name, last name type thing. Yeah. I'm not saying I'm a Phresh Kyd, you know, it's just Phresh Kyd. It's just another name. Right. But Kyd is also an acronym for 3 different meanings. Know your dreams. You always got to know your dreams. Or, keep your dreams. Because when you look at kids have the most wildest dreams. Yeah. And it's not until somebody or something in life comes across them, whether it's good or bad, right, that their dreams start to subside, or they don't dream as big as what they used to. Right. So having Kyd part of my name, even though I'm still dreaming, like I'm still that little kid that want to be a rapper. Yeah. I want to be something big in music. So that's where the first meaning of Kyd comes in. Keep your dreams. Know your demons. You got to know your demons in order to know your angels. You got to know your bad to know how you can be good.
Right.
So it's that duality of good and bad, light and dark. You know, you need both to be whole. Yeah. You can't just be all good, and you also can't just be all bad. You need the bad within the good, and you need the good within the bad. That's how I look at life. You know, if something good happens, you know, I try not to think about the bad stuff that could happen with it, but, you know, I'll be ready for it if it comes. Right. You know, if something bad happens, I look in the good in situations. You know, you need those two thoughts to coexist in order to, like, really be whole in this life. So there's know your demons, and then kill your doubts. A lot of times, you know, you always doubt yourself. You are your own worst enemy. So if you're the one doubting yourself, you're not gonna get anything done. There's a lot of times where I doubted myself in my journey of being a rapper, and I missed out on a lot of opportunities. That's why if someone was to ask me, or if someone was to offer me up like a certain amount of money, like let's say if someone's offering me $1 million right now, and it's to do something that I don't agree with, I can turn it down, because it's like I've already went through situations where I doubted myself and missed out on opportunities that if an opportunity come to me and I'm not comfortable with it, I can easily turn it down. So, but also within that, kill the doubts that make you scared to do something that you really want to do. Right. So it's like fresh, keep your dreams fresh, know your demons, fresh, kill your doubts.
See, I didn't know we was gonna get a word on this podcast based on your acronyms, man. That's dope. That's dope. And one thing that you did mention was that, you know, you were shifting your focus towards going back and really putting more time into your instrumentals. And so one of the things that I wanted to talk about was that. So I've been a customer of yours, and I'm definitely a fan of your work. And I also remember you participating in Aces Galvin's Battle of the Beats. And shout out to Aces Galvin as well.
Man. Shout out to Aces.
Yes.
Shout out to TWE Shell Shocker.
Yeah, man, that name.
I still remember when he got on my ass one time for one of my beats and one of them things, and just remembering that helped me like realize, like, no. Sometimes if I'm making a bad beat, it's like, what would TWE think of
right
this?
Look, and shout outs to TWE Shell Shock. He was definitely a mentor, and he's someone that it's like when I listen to his stuff, I'm just like it puts me in a certain place. And it's like I even listen to him, like when I would listen to him talk, even I was just like this guy right here is something else in all the best ways possible. And because I remember being on Skype meetings with him and Rodney, Purple Phoenix. Shout out to him as well.
Man, shout out to Purple Phoenix. Man. Shout out to raisi-k. Shout out to Maxie the Man.
Yeah, Maxie the Man, that's my dude too. All the way up in Canada, man. I look and just doing like some incredible things. Yeah, he's in Canada.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah, that man is in Canada.
I never really knew. What's crazy is I never really knew where a lot of y'all was from. Shout out to Negro Saki too.
Yes.
And then just being y'all Facebook friends, it's like, damn, I was 16, 17 years old in this YouTube community with these folk that's probably in college. Yeah. Graduated college. I'm in this community with all these grown folk, and I didn't even know it. and it was like y'all showed so much love to me, and it was like I was damn near like a little brother with a lot of y'all type shit. Yeah. And like, you know, that community was really something that I really loved. And it's like when people be making video game samples now and talking about, and people be all hyped up about it, I'm like, yo, y'all don't even know the real story. Right. It's like y'all aren't even going deep into the realm of how like intricate this actual process really gets, because, you know, one of the things that I loved is that, you know, I got to see so much creativity, and again, shout outs again to Aces Galvin, because I remember I heard some of his beats, and he was like, look,
I'm gonna send you this, you rap on it, send it back to me. And I did, and he actually reposted it on his page. It was this song I did called Gangsta Thank Ya, and it was from this beat that he called the Riley's theme instrumental. And I think it might still be up, as a matter of fact. I'm not trying to give a shameless plug, but I remember when I put that out there, I was so excited because I felt like I was being a part of like a league of like extraordinary producers, and like all of y'all had so many like various sounds and ways that you all composed your music. And so with that being said, I wanted to get from you, like, what is your reasoning or your why for your music production?
So the reason for first off, why I started producing was because I didn't want to pay for other people's beats. Like at the time when I started making beats, it was like, you know, I'm 15 years old.
Right.
I ain't really got no money to like really pay for no beats. And then it's also like, you know, I don't want to put no money into this rapping thing if I'm not gonna do nothing big with it. So it's like I just started, you know, making my own and just kept on practicing it. Just kept on getting good at it. Kept on rapping over my own beats, you know, ripping beats off YouTube and shit like that. And it was also like when I realized ripping beats was like something that you really shouldn't do, and rap on it for YouTube, it's like, you know what? Let me stop doing that.
Yeah.
If I do need a beat from somebody on YouTube, let me just ask them.
Yeah.
You know, and like I did that with Gage, TWE,
Gage, man.
raisi-k.
Gage, shout out to him as well. Him and his organs and his drums. That's all I'm gonna say.
Swear.
That's all I'm gonna say. He out here killing it too. Shouts to you, man.
Man, but yeah, just listening, just being a part of that community to help me like realize like being a producer is a wonderful art form in hip hop.
Yeah.
And producers, I'm just glad, it's wonderful to see producers get a lot more credit that they need nowadays.
Yes.
But for a while, producers didn't get the love that they deserved.
You ain't lying.
Like also what I wanted to say with the whole YouTube community that we was part of, you know, that also helped me see that everybody has their own type of sound.
Right.
So it's not a sin to like get the same sample as somebody because we're all going to make something different.
Yeah.
Because there'd be plenty of times where it was like in the beat battles, like we all have to get the same song. We just got we flip it in our own ways.
Yeah.
Everybody hears something differently. And it's like another reason why I just love producing is like, you know, I'm giving the sound that, you know, that I hear in my head and I'm able to put it out there. This is another creative outlet for me.
Yeah.
And if people love my beats, that's wonderful. It's also a win in a way. If somebody likes a song if somebody doesn't like my song because of the lyrics, but they love the beat, and I made the beat, it's like, all right, you still love something I created.
Right. Right.
Like, if you love the lyrics and the beat, then boom. That's a win right there.
That's a fan.
But if you just love the beat, but you don't like the lyrics, shoot, I made the beat, so you still like something that I did.
You still love me?
So it was thinking like, right, you still love me. You still love something I created. So it's just thinking like that. It was like, all right, cool. And then just diving deep into like the great producers, like one of like my favorite producers, Big Crit, Key Wayne, Cardo Got Wangs, Pete Rock, DJ Premier, DJ Tune. Who else? Who else was my favorite producers? Goddamn Manny Phresh.
Right.
Sure.
Right.
Manny Phresh, Pimp C. I like some Juicy J beats, but a lot of them is like, all right. But,
we know that sound. We know that sound.
Yeah, Justice League. You know, I just got major love for a lot of beats. Like a lot of times, I'm not even listening to the lyrics for real most of the time. I'm really want to just listen to the beat.
Yeah.
So it's like just a love for the way shit sounds when it's put together. It's like a different type of appreciation for producing. So that's why I just want to get back into, that's why I wanted to get back into this making beats a lot more.
All right.
There's times where I just take too much time off, and it's like, you know what, I gotta I got some beats I need to get made.
Exactly.
Let's get this. Yeah.
Exactly. It's like you gotta give yourself the opportunity to get back to what you love, and that's one of the most beautiful things about this process, man. Because I also used to produce. I don't know. At some point, I'm gonna get back into it whenever I buy the official version of FL Studio, because that was my jam. And so I hear where you're coming from when it comes to this and making these sounds and melodies come to life and giving it your own personal touch. And so I really do appreciate you just even like breaking that down. Also, you know, just for highlighting some of the names that you and I both know, and I'm also realizing so many people in this country are aware of, and they know them, and they're, you know, they love what they do. And, you know, it's always cool just having this personal connection with you all, because, you know, at the end of the day, we're all people, but we express ourselves in ways that allow our artistry to truly shine. And so, man, Phresh, I really appreciate you going into that for us. And actually, with that being said, that's going to bring us to our next commercial break. And so when we come back, we're going to be diving more into some recent things that happened to you, just in your personal life, that I really want to talk about, because they are wonderful, monumentous experiences. So everybody out there, I hope you still have your water, your wine, your soda, your juice close by. Go ahead and take another sip, and we will be right back. This is Taradcast. I'm your host, Tarad Rashan, and we've got Phresh Kyd on the episode. So go ahead and take a swig, and we'll be right back. All right, y'all. Welcome back to Taradcast. I hope that y'all like the break music. That break music is actually music made and also produced by our very special guest today. So I hope y'all like that. And of course, we're going to make sure to include his information in the show notes. So that way you can check it out for yourself. And if you hear a child in the background, I want to let y'all know how ironic and serendipitous it really is, because the fact that you hear that it actually ties right in to the very next thing that Phresh and I are going to be talking about. So Phresh, listen. One of the most important things I've known about you is that you're a man who wears many hats. And in my eyes, the biggest and most important fitted cap you've got is that you're a family man. And most recently, you've become a father, and you also tied the knot. Congratulations, bro.
Appreciate that. It was like about time that it's happened, you know. It's just, I'm still at a moment where it's like, damn, I'll be waking up like, damn, I got a kid.
Yeah.
Damn, I got a wife. Wow, it's just wild.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So with that being said, man, tell our listeners a little bit about your wife and son, because, you know, as individuals, how do they motivate and inspire you? And also feel free to shout them out and say whatever you like to the listeners, man, because when it comes to love, we are all about that.
For sure. So my wife, her name Kennedy with an I, and our son, his name is Ocean. His name is actually Ocean Benjamin Musa Brain. Benjamin comes from my granddad. Musa comes from the historical African king Mansa Musa. For real, with me and Kennedy, it started off in 2013, going to college at TSU. We both met each other our freshman year. It's kind of wild because when I was going to college, that my whole mindset from senior year to going to college was, honestly, I'm gonna be a hoe. Told Kennedy that from the jump, like, yo, I just want to fuck around, just want to do my own thing, not worry about shit. But once I met her, it's like something clicked in me where it's like, bro, don't let this one go. So within 3 months of us being in college, me and her, I asked her to be my girlfriend, and we've been rocking ever since. And then like a week before she told me she was pregnant, I had asked her to marry me. It was in June of 2018. So it was like a double gift. You know, she says yes to being my wife and about to have our first kid together. So we went through her pregnancy, just dealing with the pregnancy and all that.
Yeah.
Ocean was born February 27th of 2020. So we're actually lucky to have a kid right before the pandemic stuff happened.
Right.
Because just thinking about like how everybody, what's going on with everybody that's delivering babies during the pandemic, we was just super lucky that we was able to have him before that happened. And then after he was born, got on to taking care of the wedding. We got married November 21st of 2020. The wedding in itself was such a wild adventure.
Oh, really?
It was to the point where it was like, man, after the wedding, everything would be smooth. Everything would be much less stressful in our lives. Because what we like to tell everybody, our wedding day was like a Parks and Recreation or The Office episode. Like whatever you expect to happen in one of those type of episodes, that's exactly what happened in our wedding. So
like, let me ask you this: were there people looking at imaginary cameras whenever something happened? Like I know this ain't really happening to me right now. Like what did y'all have those moments?
Hell yeah! Like, for example, here's one of the moments. So I don't know if you're familiar with the Parks and Rec episode where Leslie Knope is running for mayor.
Okay.
And one of her rallies, she's trying to like get onto this platform in the middle of an ice rink, but there wasn't enough red carpet to get to the platform. So during that, while her and her crew trying to get to that platform, the person who's DJing playing the song just keeps on playing the song over and over again. And it's such an awkward thing to like just witness. But it's the funniest shit you'll ever see. Just look that up in your free time. Parks and Rec, Leslie Knope, ice rink, get on your feet type shit. That's look that up and you'll understand what I'm saying. Our wedding.
Yeah.
In our wedding, the same shit basically happened. So Kennedy was walking out of the house because we was at this little park house type thing in Tennessee. So she was walking out. Her shoe gets caught onto the ramp that we didn't know was gonna be there at the time. So her shoe gets caught on the ramp. Her shoe slides down the shit. She's going off again, mad about the shit. But nobody sees her going off except whoever is up in our wedding party and shit. And the music that she's walking down to, since she's a half Barbadian, it's Barbadian tradition to walk down with bagpipes. That's part of her Irish traditions because she's part Irish from her mom's side and shit. So she wanted to do that because her mom did that at her weddings. So we had a track of some bagpipes playing. And because it was taking so long for her to come down, the DJ just kept replaying the same loop over and over again. It was like a long ass walk, and it just reminded me of that episode. So I'm up there, can't stop laughing because I'm just like, bro, this is legit a Parks and Rec, The Office type situation going on right now.
Wow.
But what makes it better is that it was essentially overall that wedding fit us so perfectly. So it's like, even though it was stressful as shit, it was wonderful because if everything that happened with the wedding fully encompassed like what we go through on a daily basis with each other.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I'm just You know, and I'm really at a loss for words. It's like, you know, you hear so many wedding stories and things like that going wrong and whatnot, but when you described that episode of Parks and Recreation, and then you said that literally the same thing happened at your wedding.
The same exact shit happened. Like,
wow.
I'm telling you, look up Leslie Knope, get on your feet, whatever. Watch that whole shit. That's literally Kennedy walking down the aisle.
See, now I'm going to definitely look that up after the show, because I need that laugh. But at the same time, I mean, I love the fact that you tell that story, because like you said, it basically encompasses everything that you two are as a unit. And the fact that it played out in such a way, it's just like, look, I'm going to be mad if y'all ever split up, because you cannot beat a moment like that. Like, you cannot recreate that. You can't.
Man, and another thing about it is, when I was doing my vows, I did a rap.
Mm-hmm.
So
why am I not surprised?
Ocean was, man, I don't know. Yeah, you already gotta know I was gonna do some shit like that.
Right.
She didn't even know she knew I was gonna do it, but she was so surprised at the shit.
But
while I'm doing my vows, Ocean was being held up there by her brother, because he was her man of honor.
Okay.
Because she wanted him to be in the wedding and shit. So Ocean's sitting up there with her brother, and as I'm rapping, Ocean is hyping me up, hitting like his own little ad-libs at the right moments. So that was another thing that was like super perfect about everything.
Oh wow! See, look, now that, look, coming from a musical father, the son was probably hearing all types of things. Ocean was hearing all types of things. He was just incubating in his mother's womb, and just like hearing all this. So by the time he pops out, he's already ready to put his mark.
Ocean's with me, like, pretty much a lot of times when I'm making beats too.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times when I'm making beats, he's just there in my arms, and I'm making beats with one hand. A lot of times, like when he was more in his infancy, he would fall asleep while I'm making beats. Literally, a lot of times, me and him would just go out for a ride just to give Candy some time alone, and I just play my beats, and he'll fall right asleep. And so he's really one of the main influences in my music now, because he loves my beats. He knows when it's my beat being played. He starts rocking and everything, dancing and whatnot. So yeah, he's a major factor in my creativity now.
Wow. See, and that's the kind of thing that, like, people don't really realize just how influential we as parents are, and the fact that, you know, we have every opportunity to put within our children is he over there passing gas?
Nah, he's like blowing bubbles with his lips. That's his new thing now.
I had to look down. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, he's literally just doing that now.
Wow.
That's his new thing. Just takes his lips and just do that.
I'm so glad we have him on the show. I'm not gonna lie, man. I am. But it's so interesting, because we as parents have every opportunity to put in our children different things that they're going to carry with them throughout their lives. And so he is really going at it. I love it.
Man.
And so just even hearing that, you know, and I've also seen pictures as well where he's just sitting over there, you got your arm around him, you got one hand on the mouse or the keyboard, and you just going to work, you know, and it's just, it's so refreshing to see that, especially being fathers, you know what I mean? Fathers. Exactly. and bringing our children into the things that we like, but also simply just being a presence in their life as well. And that's one of the biggest things that even I've been continuously learning. Like, no lie, maybe 45 minutes ago, like, I picked my daughter up from my parents' house, and they forgot to give her one of her Christmas presents, which was this 39-piece tea party set. And I kid you not, We sat on the floor for a good 20 minutes, speaking in horrible English accents, sipping from imaginary tea, eating imaginary, well, actually, they were plastic macarons and cinnamon rolls and tea cakes and all that. And I'm telling my daughter to put her little pinky up whenever she sips from her tea and all that, you know, just to, I don't know. But it was such a really good moment. And then, you know, just to be in those moments. I know whenever Ocean gets older, there's going to be those interests and things like that he develops, and I know that you and Kennedy are going to be very involved. And, you know, just again, just from seeing you all as a family, I've seen the family pictures on Facebook and they're phenomenal. And it's just like, y'all have such a beautiful, beautiful unit. And so with that, of course, man, of course. Look, I gotta give all of our fathers their flowers. You know what I mean? Because look, being the dad, it's like, there's so many things that we can do, and I'm always appreciative of the fathers that stick around to do those things. You know what I mean? To play that role, to be that influence, you know? And so, you know, with that, I wanted to also ask you, especially, you know, as a father and a husband, like, what are some of the biggest lessons that you're learning as you all navigate life and take these next steps together as a unit?
One of the main things is just, you know, we're a team, you know, and you gotta play the roles that you need to play at certain given times. You know, a lot of things that I'm trying to like just figure out with myself is, or with our team effort, is sometimes I need to learn to like step back and not think that I got to be the head all the time.
Right.
Because even though they always say, you know, you should be the man of the house or shit like that. If Kennedy wants to like take the lead, I gotta let her do that.
Yeah.
Because I may not be capable at the time, and she'll probably see that I gotta realize that she's trying to take that load off of me, and I gotta realize it's helping me out to not stress me out even more.
Right.
So that's one of the main lessons about, you know, trying to break down that whole, like, you know, you gotta be the man of the house, you gotta be the main provider.
Yeah.
If Kennedy wants to be the main provider, I'm gonna let her do that. And I'll pick up the slack. I'll pick up any other slack that's needed. And if it becomes vice versa, you know, we can do that. With being a father, you know, just being on social media and looking at how all these folk act, or how a lot of these, especially black men, be acting. You know, I'm trying to make sure I raise Ocean in the right way to understand, like, you know, you can't be like this, can't think like this. Make sure that he's open to many different discussions from people with different backgrounds, but also stand firm in what he believes in. Right. Make sure that he's a person that stands on his word, you know, and just gives people respect, and also give respect if they give it to him. Yeah, you know? Yeah. You know, just basic shit on how to be a man, but also how to be a man of the new age. Because like how we're taught to be a man when we was growing up is different than how we're probably gonna teach our kids on how to like grow up and be a man and whatnot. Right. So trying to make sure one of the main things I'm trying to make sure I don't instill in him when we grow older, because I'm trying to like get out of these type of thoughts too. It's like the toxic masculinity shit. You know, and always protect our women, but for sure protect our black women too. Yes. So that's one of the main things that I'm trying to instill in him, and also like keep going within myself as I grow older too. Right.
Right, because you definitely have to be that example, you know, and that's one of the biggest things that I have also learned and even realized being a father myself, is that when it comes to my daughter, I have to be the type of man that can model the things that I'm telling her about when it comes to, you know, boys, men, you know, as she continues to grow older. And being that type of example is like, you know, for me, I've never been afraid of allowing her to see the full range of emotions that a man is supposed to have, and
right.
Not holding those things back from her. Like, I've cried in front of her before. I laugh with her all the time. If I'm upset and she is, part of the reason why that is, I let her know, but I also let her know that even despite that, I still love her and we can still work towards a solution together. And also vice versa.
Right.
If she's upset with me, then I encourage her to come to me. Like, she knows how to pick up the phone and call me if she wants something, if she needs something, if she's in trouble, whatever the case is. And I want her to be able to do that and to know that, okay, if you're in trouble, I understand you shouldn't have done that, or, whatever the case may be. But at the same time, even if I am upset, we still will try and work towards a solution. So that way you do not have to try and own this alone,
Exactly.
And that's the thing. It's like I feel like a lot of fathers aren't necessarily emotionally invested as much as they should be, because there are so many men that I have learned that have not begun the process of just tapping into their own emotions that will allow them to fully connect with their children. And, I've heard a lot of stories about things like that. And it's very alarming, because, there are children who grow up to be adults who say that, yes, if I had a father in the home, but at the same time, it didn't feel like it. Because they were, busy with, doing things here, doing things there, or basically just subscribing to the age old adage of being a masculine man. You provide, you come home, you eat dinner, you sleep, and then you do it again the next day. And the kids are the wife or the mother's responsibility. And so nowadays we're working towards a place where we are, breaking down those types of thought processes and really starting to get more involved with our children, especially because they now have more exposure to things than what we had as we were growing up. And so, we've got to, as we're, what's going on with little man? What's happening?
Man, he threw his book down and I wasn't going to get it up.
Oh. It's all good. It's all good, little nephew. It's okay. Oh man, I'll tell you one thing. I have gotten past the baby stage, and although I loved it, I'm so glad my daughter can speak in complete sentences. I will tell you that much.
Man, he's trying to say some words right now.
I see.
But right now he's really trying to get on his ABCs and all that.
Okay.
It's all right.
Oh yeah, just go ahead and comfort him. Go ahead and give him some comfort. So one thing that I do want to ask you, man, is when it comes to the legacy of Phresh Kyd, like what is the one thing that you want to leave behind in this legacy, both in music and also as a man?
So in music, one thing I want to leave behind is Phresh Kyd. Basically, since the greatest asset about myself,
Yeah.
I was rapping on I was making beats to any not genre, but any type of style.
Mm-hmm.
I was just all around, I was all around doing something like with boom bap, trap,
right,
drill, West Coast, all that bounce shit,
yeah,
whatever. I was just trying to experiment, but that was my downfall because I didn't have like a specific style that I wanted to get into.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, like Phresh Kyd wasn't afraid to experiment, and as a person, Phresh Kyd just did what he needed to do and made moves accordingly. Cause like a lot of shit that I be figuring out
I be figuring out on my own and then ask for help later. You know, like one thing I want to tell Ocean about is never stop learning.
Yeah.
You know, you can always, if you stop learning, then you're wasting your time, because you can always learn new skills, can always learn new abilities, new shit like that.
Right.
So yeah, that's just one other thing. You know, just Phresh never stops trying to better himself by learning, whether it's in school or just out of school.
I got you. And honestly, man, as a legacy, just knowing that Phresh Kyd was the one who continuously tried new things and continuously, you know, did everything that he could to make his mark more colorful, more powerful, more unique. And he didn't shy away from doing something that could have completely been outside of his comfort zone. Because I know that I've definitely seen that from you in person, and I can definitely say that with what you were saying just now, that truly does fit the legacy that I believe Phresh Kyd will have. And so with that being said, man, we're actually nearing the end of our show, but before we cut the music on, we want to truly thank you for allowing us the opportunity and the privilege to have not only you, but also your son on our show tonight. And hopefully when he gets older, he can come back and listen to this and be like, that was me?
Right.
But also, we also heard somewhere that there are some big changes on the horizon for you and your brand. So can you tell us a bit more about what's happening in the legacy of Phresh Kyd, and what are those changes? Because you said something big is happening, and there's going to be like a departure or something like that. Like what is that?
Yeah, so by the time people hear this, I've already changed this shit. So with that, you know, I realized like it was a good thing that this pandemic happened for me, because it allowed me to realize, like, you know what, I really need to get out of this Phresh Kyd brand. Because even though I fucks with Phresh Kyd, I fucks with what it stood for.
Right.
Off top, it's not good for brand purposes.
Okay.
And then like just watching like a lot of hip hop videos, a lot of rappers who are like not rapping or doing shit no more, they have like a lot of misspellings in their name. So it's like, you know what? Okay, Phresh Kyd is kind of dated. That is some early 2000s type shit. Okay. You know, let me get with the times. So I'm changing my name, changing my style, and like I found, like I said, like as Phresh Kyd, I said that so many times. Like I finally found my style. I would say that every 2 years, but no, I truly found the wave that I'm trying to be on. So my new name got to be Wave Parker. Yeah. So the meaning behind that though, it's more familial, more family reasons behind it. So first off, my older cousin, he's a photographer down in Atlanta. His artist name is Mark B. Wavy, and he's 4 years older than me. His mom is my mom's sister, so we was always around each other. Right. And he was like a very major influence in my artistry, because he was like the first person I saw that like had his own clothing brand. He had friends that was making rap music that we would listen to on the way to school all the time, because he would drive me to school, and I would hang. And while he was in 11th grade when I was in 7th grade, so like our high school went from 7th to 12th grade. So I would ride with him. Hang out with his friends until we had to go back home and shit. And it was like just him being that type of person and being around that type of people. He was the main influence that made me realize, you know, I can do some big shit with my artistry. So that's where the wave part come from. You know, he gave me his blessing on it. Like, yo, I wanna have this name as homage to you as well. And he was like, man, that's love. I appreciate that. Definitely do that shit. So with Wave Parker, where that comes in, that Parker is my mom's family clan. Okay. So like on our family reunion, our family reunion. I always say Parker family reunion, and like even me growing up in Cincinnati, my dad's from Youngstown, Ohio, but we never really went up there because he was like, I don't fuck with my family. He don't fuck with his family up there because they was like they had a crabs in the bucket mentality.
I see.
So because of like shit that he dealt with when he was younger, he was trying to get away. So we was always around my mom's side of the family. So being around the Parkers, being in the Parker clan, that's where the Wave Parker come in. So the reason why Wave Parker comes together too, because one of my aliases, it was one of my aliases at first, and it came about when I made Penn Wallace, Freshly Snipes, Splash Gordon, all them type of shits, because they're playoff other names. Like Freshly Snipes is Wesley Snipes,
right.
Penn Wallace, Ben Wallace. So Wave Parker comes from my cousin, who is a famous baseball player, Dave Parker.
Wow.
So So just going off of that, it's like it brings more of my family ties into my music, so it makes it more personal. And then also on the like branding side, Wave Parker is much more better to see than Phresh Kyd. No more, Ocean. You keep dropping that remote. Stop it.
Look, he's learning about gravity. That's all that's happening.
Man. But yeah, that's Wave Parker. It's just a whole new vibe. You know, the vibe that I'm going with is more so Larry June, Primo Rice, UGK type shit. I'm more so like one of the main things about it is I'm being more natural. You know, like water. When you see Wave Park, you're gonna see like a lot of water references. You know, drink your water. I'm a heavy water drinker, so I'm always gonna be talking about shit like that. I'm gonna have a lot of waves going on with my shit because I'm a wavy dude. And like even when you think about waves, you know, waves can either be smooth or they can be gigantic and very destructive. And that definitely encompasses me. You know, I'm a go with the flow, and whatever that flow brings me to, that's what you're gonna get. So it's a lot of naturalness going on now. It's a lot of just, you know, whatever happens type shit. And even just the raps I've been writing as Wave Parker, a lot of them are like the best shit that I ever wrote because I'm not forcing it. And I know with Phresh Kyd, I forced a lot of shit. I would put myself on these time crunches like I gotta have this song done by tonight. Whereas now I'm just like, oh, I hear this beat, I got some lyrics I can write to it. I just write a little 8 bars here. Oh, I hear another beat, I'll write 4 bars to that over here. Then I'll come back to the other one later on. Right. Like right now, I got like 10 to 15 songs that are ready to be recorded, already written out. And then I got another 20 songs that's been started. And I'm just like, when I come back, when I hear the beat and I get some new flavor that's need to be added to it, that I can add to it, then I'll do that. Right. It's more so like I'm just letting it naturally happen. And I'm not gonna release any like type of full length project. From Me to Me was the last album I'm gonna do for a while. I ain't about to do no 24 track shit no more. If I do a project, it's gonna be an EP, and them EPs are gonna be 5 to 10 songs. I'm not going, or not even 10, 5 to 9 songs. I'm not going no more than 9 songs on the tape. So then when I start dropping music again, this is gonna be singles for real. Singles and videos, and it's just gonna be. That's just how it's gonna be for right now. It's like I'm on a whole new system. I'm on a whole new mindset. Wave Parker is Phresh Kyd was the one that was trying to grow up to be an adult. Wave Parker is the adult that's a father and a husband. Yeah. So I'm making that grown man shit. All right. We out here trying to make money. We out here trying to provide for the family. We out here trying to get on for the homies. You know, trying to make business investments and shit. You know, we out here, you know, we'll turn up if we want to, but we ain't making no type of music. I ain't making no type of music that you essentially would want to hear in a club type shit. I'm making the type of music that you would want to hear while hanging out with your family, or you out there trying to get your money.
Yeah.
Or just out there cruising, you know, that type of shit.
Well, all right then, man. Look, I can definitely respect that, man. Wave Parker is on another wave, and we're excited to see those changes happen. Of course, you already know we're going to be checking in on you. So,
love.
Yeah, man. And of course, Taradcast is all about love, man. And again, I'm just glad that we are also here to bear witness to these transitions happening, because, you know, it's always a wonderful thing to see artists reinvent and evolve into the next version of themselves. And with that, of course, those changes and those things that happen that signify that evolution are always a pleasure to see. So before we go, man, let our listeners know where to find you, as well as where to find and also purchase your work.
For sure. So y'all can find me at if you're on Clubhouse, follow me or tune in with me at Wave Parker, WAVEPARKER. Twitter and Instagram, Wave Parker _. If you need some beats, Wave Parker Beats on Instagram, Wave Parker Beats on YouTube. If you want some Steez, you know, the SteezCollection.com, TheSteezCollection.com. It's the SteezCollection.com. Got some new shit I'm trying to work on, trying to drop. You know, soon we're about to have air fresheners. I know, Tarai, you got one that's being a pre-order. Pre-order person. That was one of my pre-order gifts. only people who pre-ordered got the air fresheners, but probably like within the next 2 months or so, I'm gonna have them up for sale, so y'all can have that Steez hanging up on your car and
right.
But you know, if y'all want a hoodie, I got about, like, let's say 15 of them right now in different sizes. Well, right now it's just small, medium, and large. All right. So shit, we trying to sell out them hoes right now so we can bring in some new shit. You know, the season 2 of the Steez collection is some great shit, and we trying to build up the money so we can get the even greater shit for season 3.
Yeah.
That's where y'all can find me at. Awesome. Where the waters be.
I like that. Well, with that being said, we're definitely going to make sure we have all that information in our show notes, so that way if our listeners want to pick up some merchandise, even pick up beats, and just hit you up. Because I know Clubhouse is one of those like emerging apps. I finally got on. I'm still trying to make my way through it, but it seems like it's going to be a really good networking opportunity because of what the platform offers. So I'm definitely going to make sure I find you and follow you there, because I definitely see, especially with this app being in beta mode, how influential and impactful it's really going to be. So yeah, we're definitely
man, it's real impactful. If you in the right rooms that geared towards what you're trying to get to, you'll, like, I've called myself on that bitch for like 5 hours when I only wanted to be on it for 1 hour. It's like, bruh,
wow,
it's 3 a.m. It's 3 a.m. I gotta log into work at 7:30, and I'm still on this motherfucker. I was supposed to get off at 11.
Wow.
But the energy, if you in the right rooms, you catch the right energy and shit. Yeah. You will catch yourself in there for like too long. Like there's been hella artists, like singers, rappers, producers that I wrote down on the list that, like, yo, I'm gonna tap in with you and we gonna get some shit cracking. Yeah. So it's a wonderful way to network with folk all across the country, all across the world, really. So that just makes it easier to, like, for everybody to win.
Well, that's what's up, man. And also, you had mentioned prior to the show that there was a special discount code that might be going up soon based on our show. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, for sure. So if you listening, you know, for any beat that y'all want, or go to BeatStars, look up Wave Parker, type in Rodcast for 30% off of any beat license. And we'll also throw it on for the Steez collection too. Just type in Rodcast, 30% off anything. Wow. I'll keep that thing up for as long as these episodes are up. As long as this episode is up, that's how long the discount code will be up. Or, you know, so
look,
if you hear this and you want to use that code, use that code.
Well, the goal is to keep these episodes up until I die. So
type shit for real. So I'll definitely have stuff up for a long ass time. So yeah, it's a Rodcast on the SteezCollection.com and BeatStars. You get 30% off.
Wow, well that's what's up, and I appreciate the love, man, and thank you for allowing us to be a part of your brand as well. Like that really does mean the world to us, man. So we definitely appreciate the love, man.
Oh, no problem. I appreciate y'all having me. Appreciate y'all letting me get this energy off and let people know what's going on in the world of Wave Parker now.
Oh yeah. So with that being said, y'all, that is our show. Wave Parker, formerly known as Phresh Kyd. Once again, just thank you for being here and joining with us today, man.
No problem. Thank y'all for having me.
Of course.
If y'all ever want to listen to Phresh Kyd, it's always going to be up as long as the distro kit is up with Phresh Kyd shit on it. So if you want to catch my growth fast from Phresh Kyd to Wave Parker, it's always going to be up there.
Awesome, man. Look,
I ain't deleting that shit.
Hey, look, and that's the thing. It's part of the journey. It's part of the journey. It's like it's there. It's solidified in audio form, and I definitely can't wait to continue seeing where you go now as Wave Parker. So, man, again, it's all love. Thank you so much, bro.
No problem. Thank you, fam.
All right, and like I just said, that's our show, y'all. Of course, you all know how to find us and support us. Make sure to leave us a 5-star review and also take the conversation to our throne room. Links along with everything else are in the show notes. And as y'all already know, I want to leave y'all with this. Wherever you are, whomever you are, I want to always encourage you to be more introspective and vulnerable with yourself. Know who you are, trust in who you are, and love who you are. Again, I want to thank everybody for listening and taking time just to allow us into your ears once again. And like always, I want to remind y'all to make every effort to find and keep your peace. And before I say till next time, I'm going to just go ahead and introduce the song that myself, Wave Parker, who was Phresh Kyd at the time, Austin Wise and his brother, that we were all on, made and produced, and the person who brought us all together being the great and the late Lucifer Ferrari. The song is called Wavy Ho. We're going to end on that. And y'all going to hear that next. So until then, I hope y'all enjoy it, and we'll see y'all next time.
Evil is real, and it must be opposed.
Listen, I'm probably the only rapper on this track that don't wanna be a rapper. But fear ain't a factor. Astro Rogan, headphone samurai, track killer shogun. I don't show guns, but I brandish swords. Outlandish. I'm known to bandish hordes of fuckboys trying to dab and dance and war, putting hip hop in the cancer ward. But I'ma hold my C notes. Viola got away with murders on the head, but it told me to C notes. So don't fuck with me. I'll cremate you, stuff you in the bottle, put you out to C note. You waving now, motherfucker? Do you get it? You waving now? Your girl waving now? She want the gravy now? Me and my lady gon' break her off crazy now. 3 ways, let the beat play. She want the gravy now? Me and my lady crazy now. 3 ways, let the beat play. She want, my lady gon' break her off crazy now. Wait, let the beat play. You can find
find me in the Fed looking fresh to the death, and I bet for your ass is a sight to see. I wasn't voted best dressed, but my flex was enough to impress other girls with expensive needs. And you can bet that your ex in a text with a pic of a breast, you can guess that was all for me. So when you ask who's next, good guess it's the one who was blessed because he followed out his dreams. But I still gotta punch a clock. Is it a dude that I gotta hit the block? Used to keep a couple grams up inside my sock. Now I keep a couple grand like inside a box. Been trying to find a way to make a couple knots, but your boy is lost cause it's all the pot. They say what you got, well that's all you got. You can own the field or you can dig the plots, yeah? Got my own story, and I wrote it out. When the road was wild, yeah, I wrote it out. When I felt so lost, I still rode the route. Even in deep space, I still hold it down. When I'm rolling out inside the back of caddies, I still be the one who makes it happen. Wet with gasoline, the track is damp, and if someone had just passed me the match.
I've been jumping hoops for too long. Gotta sit back and vibe on this song. I ain't never ever did it for the fame or the wealth. All I care about is my soul and my health. Been way too many of these days stressing about why I ain't ever getting paid. But I gotta turn to the beat of the drum. I'm feeling the flex, I'm jumping the gun. But for what it's worth, I'm still smiling. Smoking on strong for the gas, for the mileage. No room for mistakes on this plane that I pilot. Hey, yeah, so I feel the clap and make it snap. I've been moving so fast, I might take a nap. Yeah, I'm a lazy fucker, but I'm still gon' rap for another year or two. Hey, yeah, hey, and I might just shoot up your crew. Creeping alone in the dark, coming 1, 2, 3 shots when we pull up on you. Hey, thanking the sky for my talent. I stick and I move and create this with balance. My thoughts are invalid, but I'ma still sit back and hold up my chalice. Pull up in the challenger. Hey, and I guess it just is what it is. Feeling like I'm on the edge. I'm looking down at all my family and friends. Hey, but now that I still getting paid, I'm looking down at everyone from a stage. Damn, I never thought I'd enter the fame. Yes, Lucy, bitch, remember the name.
It must be a pun.
Been with it, so don't talk to me like you been winning. You basic, I brought the acidic. Yeah, I skate, I pop into space, tripping on what I came here on, and my face lifted. Thank God that I ain't wicked. Stay high, no ceiling where you find me at. Meditation for the healing, my mind attack. My time exact, designed to tax. To shine, attract the masses. Blind with madness, stay working to refine this magic. True wizard, how I make it. Mix the potions while I blaze it. In the ocean, see me waving on the wave that I'm making. Hard work pays, so I'm staying on my grind over time, and my mind been praying that I could reap what I sow. Ain't no more sleeping, I woke, put my feet on the floor. But my head in the clouds, out of my body I float, but descend with the crown. Chosen this the one, J, I've been the one, shining this the sun. Listen, chosen this the one, J, I've been the one, shining this the sun. J1, son.
Yeah. It's your boy Phresh Kyd, aka Lenny Steez, aka Stacey Wonder, aka Rich Than the Bitch, aka Freshly Snipes, aka Ronnie Frostbite, aka I'm about to go on this bitch and kill this shit right quick, like. Got one dumb shit, well let's get stupid. 808s mean the bass booming. Lady, I ain't been hearing me, so I got some shit that the Def Jam to Rick Rubin. Tryna get my money looking like I'm Jewish. Coming in this game like Miami Cubans. Say hello to my little friend, microphone in my hand, lead the opposition clueless. Get the clue, I'm the killer in the lounge, on your niggas back at 6 shots with Mrs. White. Cooking up some white, that dope, that crack, that smack to your face, no lead pipe. Feeding to the fiends with pipe dreams, so they like to plug with these tunes and disperse. Niggas decide what I require, that fire to take a higher, aspires to the Khalifa. Burge, purging these niggas is my thrill. Bringing that classic every time I kill. Making my classic every time I spill acid on my track list, gon' take this pill. Niggas tell me chill, I was being too real. Gotta play that feel, gotta match what they feel. Gotta keep it 2 cents, keep it on what's still. I keep the whole amount while you only get some change from the bill. I'm just doing my thing, call my own shots like click, clack, bang. Surrounded by a whole bunch of wolves, but I'm the only one with a mouth for the fangs. I got what it takes to maintain, to be the main name in your mainframe. Niggas want me to conform, but I have no comfort being the same. Ay.